Two of the most downloaded and addictive games ever created for mobile are Subway Surfers and Flappy Bird. So would using Unreal Engine 4 to combine the gameplay mechanics of the two create the greatest game of all time? Or be a huge failure? That is what I am tasking myself today to find out. We start with a third-person template provided by Epic Games, but we don't want most of this. We'll keep the third-person character, tweak some settings, and apply a cool dragon I got for free off the Unreal Marketplace, as it is the closest thing to a bird I can find. Make sure the dragon isn't monstrously sized, as this can severely affect gameplay. That'll do. Now let's add some animation to make the dragon's movement more realistic. As we can see, our guy is falling to his death. Let's work on making some endless platforms for him to run on. We'll flatten a cube and choose a material to apply. A quick function and a for loop, and we have endless tiles. A few changes later, and I think I have something I like. It's very cinematic, like something out of a movie. We want to prevent lag, so we delete tiles as we pass through them. Some tweaking and coding later, and we have our character moving between 3 preset lanes. Now we get to the Flappy Bird part of the game, pipes. Now, I'm no 3D artist, so I have yet again taken an asset from the Unreal Marketplace, which, by the way, is a great resource for people who just want to code games and not have to deal with things like Blender and Maya. Pipe. Pipes. Spawn in the pipes. There are now some pipes. Not exactly what we want though. Spawn more pipes. Play. Now let's set up jumping. Maybe not so high. We'll fix that later. Now let's make sure he gets points for going between the pipes. Otherwise, there is no incentive to play the game as intended. We'll do this by setting up an invisible box between that gives our character a point if it goes through. Equally, our guy can avoid the pipes and receive nothing. He stays alive, but it is a lot less fun. Now let's add some more gravity, so we can't jump as high. Now let's add a widget to our screen, so our points look prettier. Bind the text and we're good to go. Having our points recorded in the top right of our screen in beautiful shining pink. I messed around with the tile materials a little bit more just to try and get what's right for the game. Now it's time to randomize the heights of the pipes, so the character can make decisions on which pipe they'd like to go through, if any. We do this by setting the actor location of the scene route of the pipe blueprint to a random float in the Z-axis. Have a further mess around and get rid of pipe shadows, as they may be confusing to the player from this direction. Also, to see how this would look in 2D, let's add a camera to the side that we can turn off and on for visuals. Abandon the project, then return in a few weeks. Now it's time to add an invisible ceiling to stop cheaters from flying over the pipes. Now let's try and make our game a little prettier by making our pipes emissive and our environment a little darker. Now we get to the fun part, killing our character. We need to add collisions to our pipes so that when we hit them, we die. The game wouldn't be much fun for us if these pipes did nothing to us. I initially wanted my character to explode by spawning an explosion emitter at the actor's location at the time of death and switching to a camera that could see this. But this led to a lot of errors I did not want to deal with. All it did was explode at random times, and not destroy my person, leaving me bewildered and confused. Rather than trying to fix my problems, I simply changed what I wanted. I quickly set up a function that would make my character ragdoll, fall to the floor, and spasm, which makes for a more realistic death, and makes more sense when you consider how you die in Flappy Bird. I also had a problem where I would spawn in and be instantly killed by a pipe that spawned where I was. I solved this by spawning my character on a tile that had no code on it other than to destroy itself once I'd run off of it. This gives the player some time to make decisions before being attacked by the pipes. With a few finishing touches, like increasing the speed over time and adding a death screen, it looks like we have ourselves the basis for this game. Personally, I think it works well. Obviously I am biased as its creator, but I think with some tweaking conceptually and physically, this could be a game.